I'm Tim Waid with Pekiti-Tersia Kali System. I've been a student of the Supreme Grand Master, Grand Tuhan Leo Tigahe Jr. for approximately 20 years. I'm the president of the Pekiti-Tersia Kali Global Organization with members and instructors worldwide. I started martial arts when I was in junior high school, did the usual taekwondo, and started experimenting and started training in different systems. And then I went into the Marine Corps in 18. Fortunately, I was able to be assigned in Asia, where I was able to interface and train with Taiwanese Marines, Korean Marines, Thai Marines, and of course martial arts was a part of that. But then when I got to the Philippines, it's the first part where we started with training with blades immediately, and then that really was an eye-opener, because we really needed to learn how to train and fight with weapons versus empty hands first, and that is the training method and the distinction of Filipino martial arts. You learn the blade first, then to the knife, then to empty hands, because it's the exact same motion and mechanics versus the majority of other martial arts, whereas you learn an empty hand system and then you learn a blade system, which is somewhat different. This is the Ginunting. This is the official blade of the Pekiti-Tersia Kali System. It is also the official blade of the Philippine Marine Corps Force Reconnaissance Battalion, who is trained in Pekiti-Tersia system and adopted our system as our official martial art and close quarter combat system since 1998. The Philippines is the only Asian country that actually has that training methodology. They never start with empty hands first. Why? Because if you can get out of the way of the knife, if you can protect yourself against a knife, empty hands is easy from that perspective. The speed of the knife is much faster than the speed of empty hands, so if you can evade and not get hit with a bladed weapon, combat blade fighting, you cannot afford to be hit. We teach you how not to get hit and hit your opponent first. Kali is the true Filipino martial arts, or it represents the true Filipino martial arts. Of course, Kali is a generic term for Filipino martial arts in general. Philippines is made up of more than 7,000 islands and several different distinct language groups. So they all had different regions, they all had a different descriptive name for their particular martial art. Over time, it's been accepted widely under the term Kali, which implies blade fighting, versus the Arnis and Eskrima, which implies more of the stick-based art. The main distinction is it's a true combat blade fighting system. In other words, we train you to fight with the sword, with the knife, and then with empty hands. Of course, we have the translation into impact weapon as well, and flexible weapons. It is a complete Filipino martial arts system in that it has all of the weapons categories: single blade, single sword, double blade, double sword, and or double impact weapons, single impact weapons, knife, empty hands, espada y daga, or sword and dagger, long weapon, the long staff, the long spear, and other flexible weapons such as any type of flexible cord or rope. I actually teach through seminars, through my global organization and the organization of Grand Tuhan Gahe. We teach an annual series of seminars worldwide, and so that's my primary function is to train instructors in the system of Pekiti-Tersia. We're always looking for instructor candidates. Our training is demanding, hard, physical, but very, very rewarding. You will be competent in fighting. Why should they learn it? Because it is true fighting. It is real, reality-based self-defense. I know that term is used a lot for a lot of different martial arts, but frankly speaking, in the majority of assaults and true self-defense situations, more than often it's going to involve a weapon. So you should train with a weapon and against a weapon. In other words, you must be able to protect yourself from someone who knows how to fight versus someone who doesn't know how to fight. Tim Waid, Matas Naguro in the Pekiti-Tersia Kali System, www.pt-go.com.
This video was sponsored by MixedMartialArts.com, home of the UG and OG forums, as well as news, interviews, and their own MMA merchandise. Head to MixedMartialArts.com for more info.